let's all just take a few moments to realize what just happened to Osamu in this episode of World Trigger. Episode 43, to be exact. The opponents didn't even mention Osamu at all. Are they pretty much telling me that they don't even think Osamu is a threat? Which, from what I have seen from Osamu, the only really redeeming quality he has, which he is a good character in some ways, but one of the main good qualities about him is his brain to be able to come up with strategies and tactics. And that's one of the main usages he has as a character. Actually, they threw Osamu underneath the bus. That's what really happened, because, I mean, they didn't even mention his name, they didn't even give him credit. They mentioned Chica, they mentioned Kuga, but they don't even mention Osamu. None of the teams did. And I'm like, that's disgusting as fuck. That's really disgusting. So, I really hope Osamu kind of just bitch slaps him a little bit, because for them to not even look at him as a threat or even mention his name, I hope Osamu does something that really just shocks them, and they won't ever put him down ever again. Because that was actually indirectly putting down Osamu, because they didn't even mention him at all. And that kind of makes me a little bit salty, because he is our main character. I mean, think about this. Osamu is our main male character, and you just gotta factor in, they just didn't even give a crap. This episode of World Trigger, it is like an episode before the battle, and usually these type of episodes are very slow and not really much goes on. They're mainly there used to give characterization and development for certain characters, for instance, introducing the opponents and squads, and that's kind of what the entirety of this episode was about. Introducing our opponents, getting to see a little bit of their characterization, along with what kind of slightly drives them to participate in these rank wars, and not get the full clarification what it is, but we get some hints at it. For instance, what was happening to Ko and why he was getting very upset and kind of why he's a really good border agent, and also finding why the previous squad that our squad fought quit as an attacker and went as a sniper, because, you know, we thought he quit because his friend surpassed him in knowledge, but it actually was not because of that. It's because he wanted to become an all-rounder. So the episode clarifies a lot of different things, and I felt like the way the episode handled it was pretty damn nice. Now, talking about something that was told to me in last week's review of World Trigger I did, a couple of Chibits told me that we're on, like, chapter 93, 94. That was, like, last week's episode. And if that's true, wow, that's crazy, because I think there's only 110, 120 chapters? I think so. There's probably around somewhere in there, and that's not much at all. I mean, think about this for a second. 110 chapters, and we're on chapter 93, 94, maybe 95, 96 if we count this episode. Depending on Toei animation of how they adapt things, I would say that this episode probably took 2 chapters. And judging by the content we got, I'd say 1 or 2 chapters. And if so, that's not long, actually, until you're really caught up with the manga. And so now I'm starting to see kind of why this is only going to be 50 episodes, and, you know, why this arc's not really going to get finished, because of, you know, the manga. We're really close to that manga now that I think about it, because after what was told to me last week. Now, besides that, though, episode of World Trigger, the ending conclusion, however, this seems to mean that Osamu is going to have some issues, because it didn't seem like he really expected some form of rain environment, because the river, as we were told in this episode, was supposedly going to be waist deep, and you could just walk through it, force yourself through it, put up a shield, and just be fine. But after finding out that it's raining and the water's moving really fast, maybe the water's higher than waist deep and it could go over your head. So this is kind of a bad situation for both sides, actually, if you think about it, because even though nobody probably can go through the water, maybe they can go across the bridge, Chica, as we know, she has incredible firepower. And I mean, if they focus her down, she will die, of course. But I mean, Chica can wipe out buildings like nothing. So if she's across and she gets some good shots in, she can just destroy everything they have over there. And they're exposed to the open. And so kind of it seems like our squad has the advantage. But we'll see. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.